Welcome, welcome. My name is Renata Ray, and welcome to another episode of Spire TV. And you know what that stands for? The E is for entrepreneurs, and the M is for motivators. So you know we are going to bring you a motivator, an entrepreneur. She is an amazing speaker. She has so many accolades. I can't wait to share her story with you. Now, I'm going to have to put on my eyes, okay, because I need to see. So let me just read a little bit about her, just a tad bit, and we're going to get into it. So TrevisMichelle is an international best-selling author, confidence coach. Oh, you're going to see that, believe me. Host of Late Night with TrevisMichelle and a highly sought-after keynote speaker, sharing stages with renowned speakers such as Lisa Nicole and Kim Coles and more. So without any delay, let's bring in TrevisMichelle. Good afternoon.
Hi, Queen. How are you doing today? Hello,
I'm
audience.
Good. I was so excited for this interview. I thank you for being here, and I'm glad to help even more people in our audience get a chance to know the magnificence that is you. Okay. And, you know, I'm going to let you save your line for later. But I'm going to switch you over right here, put you front and center before we get started. So how are you today?
You know what? I am doing so well. Oh, my goodness. Here in New York City, that's where I hail. It is nice and cold. It started snowing a little bit. But you know what? You have to be thankful for every single day. And I'm thankful that we were able to connect over on Clubhouse. So, you know, thank you so much for having me on. You don't know how much of an honor this is for me.
Well, we're honored to have you here. Yes, and those Clubhouse streets, you never know who you're going to meet. I'm glad to meet you, and even the whole Herpreneur Network. So I know you're a part of that. But let's get into your background. You are a speaker, you're an author, and you have been on some amazing stages. So how did this all come about?
But you know what? I am new to this entrepreneurial world. I've been in, during the pandemic is when this all came about. My silent investor, I'm a registered nurse in NYC, and I ended up getting COVID last February before anyone knew what it was. My doctors didn't know what it was. They said, oh, it's a virus. Well, it's a virus that I was about to call 911, literally. And during that process, I was like, wait a minute, God, you said that I'm supposed to share my story. So you spare my life and I will share my story. And that's exactly what happened. And I have been sharing it ever since. Was able to join and be a part of an anthology. And the book, Saving Lives While Fighting for Mine, the visionary is Ayanna Mills Ambrose. And I shared my story going from powerless to powerful during my divorce. And during that, people are like, but you're still so confident. And you know, you didn't give up, even though you've had a very traumatic past as a child, and you still are positive. And I was like, yeah, well, I have to be, because I'm grounded. Who is in charge of my life is God. And then I allow him to bring people into my life. Now, I didn't always listen. You know, sometimes I wanted folk that weren't supposed to be there, or they were only supposed to be there for a season, and I wanted to drag them on my journey. But when you have that mindset shift, it allows you to be open and say, this isn't working, so let me try something else. And I was able to meet people like Dr. Nikki Ziegler, people such as yourself. And I looked up and I was like, well, I'm going to speak up, but who knows me? You know, I speak, but I don't speak on a national and an international level. And this is what I wanted. So I just said, you know what? I see they're looking for speakers. I tried it. I said, if they select me, fine. If they don't, I'm just going to keep plugging. I'm already on my Instagram, right, at TrevisMichelle. And I was given the opportunity. And from there, I have now been able to speak on stages with Forbes Riley, Chrisette Michelle, Kim Coles, you know, Lisa Nichols, Dr. George Fraser, just wonderful people. And it's because I believed in myself. I took that step. Scared. I wasn't scared. I was scared. Okay. And I did it anyway. So that's what has brought me to this point. But I was just thinking of myself as an empowerment, a woman empowerment builder. That's what I was. And people were like, you got to niche down. That's too broad. You're trying to speak to everybody when you're going to end up speaking to nobody. And people, the audience started saying, but you're so confident. You're always so confident. I'm like, me? Are you talking about me? And then they were like, yeah, that's my niche, being a confidence coach, because I can tell you, I've been through some stuff, right? But I have not lost my confidence. My voice may have been dimmed, my light may have been dimmed, but I had to keep that confidence. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to keep going through challenges, through obstacles, disappointments, and hurts without bleeding. I didn't bleed all over other people in the process.
Isn't that something? Well, we know that God is the great qualifier. And I like when you said you were scared. If it doesn't scare you, then it's not big enough. If you're not doing it scared, if you're not doing it with a little trepidation, then your vision and your dream is not big enough.
Right.
You definitely are an inspiration to get going, because a lot of times God is speaking, but we don't get going. I always say God is always speaking, but we are not always listening. And that's why sometimes we end up having those belly of the whale experiences and on those boats to Nineveh. Okay. And so it's important. So in this journey that you're walking, if there was one thing, one piece of advice out of everything that you do for people to get started, what would that be?
To start. It sounds so simple, because it is. When I started this journey and I was listening and let me tell you, I have spent thousands of dollars on everybody's program, listening to everybody. You should do it this way on Instagram. You should do it that way on Clubhouse. You should do it this way on Facebook, and running all over the place, just running, buying up everything. Meanwhile, that's their job, is to market us, right? Not saying that the programs aren't good, but that's their job, to market us. But I'm so busy trying to just gather, but I'm not executing. It's not really for me. Everything is not for us. We have to first spend a little time with ourselves. So I'm going to tell you, the first thing you have to do is spend a little time with you. What is your passion? What is it that you like to do? What makes you smile? That's really what you should be doing. And if that is being a dog walker, then you be the best dog walker ever. If that is sewing, then you find your niche, what it is, and you will be passionate about it, and you can make money at it. But you have to make that decision. No one else can make that decision for you. So once you find that, you just have to start. I was out here like, if y'all go to my Instagram page and you look back from I guess it was April of last year, and look at my flyers, how I didn't even have pictures on them. They just started out with words. It was ugly, right? But I was out there. I had to get people up there. And then someone said to me, you need to have pictures on it, to have your guests on. And I was like, oh, never dawned on me. So then you'll see me evolve. We want perfection. Okay, I do. I like things. I want it pretty. I want it nice. I want it set up, But sometimes you just got to put it out there ugly. Because if you're giving value, if you're making an impact, people don't care about that. But you do have to start, because nobody can hear your voice. Nobody can see your product. You can't serve and help people if you're not out there, if they don't know who you are. So the biggest thing, and that's what some coaches have told me, is just to start.
I absolutely believe that it is very important for us just to get out there and start, just from somewhere, anywhere where you are, to start. So confidence. As African American women, sometimes I said the most unprotected person in the world is an African American woman. And that could really inherently strip us of our confidence. What are some key ways that you can help people find that confidence?
Well, number one, we have to stop telling ourselves that we're being stripped. We have to stop telling ourselves that we're marginalized, even though we know it. But you can't wake up every day looking in the mirror saying, I'm marginalized, I'm being stripped, I'm this Black woman, they're not going to help me, things are against me, because you already set yourself up for failure. Now, we know the reality. but that's not you. You have to make up in your mind, but I'm different. I'm going to make that difference for the people that I'm going to serve. I'm going to make that difference in my life so that we can change that, change the trajectory of our life, and we can change the narrative. So I have developed a signature WALK method, and it's W, willing participant. You want to build confidence, then you have to be willing to be that change agent in your life, not someone else's. It's so great that we want to help the world, but you have to help yourself first. As everyone says, you have to put the oxygen on you before you can go help someone else, right? So once you have that mindset shift, I'm going to make a difference, but it has to start with me. I got some stuff to work out. I have some things, mindset that just needs to change. It's not working. Then A is for action steps. So now that you've said, okay, I'm willing, I'm going to be present, I'm going to be an active participant, how do I act? Prayer, meditation, you have to invest in yourself. That's right, you got to take some courses. You're going to have to read some books. Other than watching just television, you're going to have to dig in there and say, okay, what are some books that I can read that will help me? Whether it's Michelle Obama's or Rich Dad, Poor Dad, you have to find out. You have to look at people who are where you want to be. But you also have to look at yourself. If you need to exercise and lose some weight, quit smoking, whatever those things are to be a better you, then that's what you need to do. You need to do some yoga to be a better you. Now, of course, come on now. You see your girl has on her eyelashes, her makeup and stuff. You got to, yes, absolutely, because that's going to make you feel good. But we need to work on the inside so that then everything shows, that beauty is shown on the outside. The L, love yourself. And that's me. Look in the mirror and say, I am enough. Look in the mirror and say, I deserve better. And say your name, right? So that you start to believe it. And then have those affirmations become yours in addition to others. And the last K, kick butt unapologetically. Stop apologizing for being a better you. Stop apologizing because you don't want to hang with that particular clique, group anymore, social circle, because you're on your mission, either for your business, to go to school, to get that new job. And you don't have time for them to be hanging out all the time, right? No matter what age you are, from 18 to 100, we all have our circles. You sometimes have to just say, I'm not there anymore with you. And that's okay. So don't allow other people to get in your ear to change it. Kick butt unapologetically. Don't be upset about it. Be happy, because you know what? Look back at them in a year, 2 years, 5 years, and see where they are and where you are.
Oh my goodness. Now you guys heard all that. I'm glad this is on video, because you're going to have to slow that down and let that marinate a little. And I'm a big believer in everything you said. I'm telling you, you sure you weren't on my Facebook page today? No, I literally shared something about being unapologetically me and about leaving some things behind, because sometimes we do have to leave some things behind. And it may not necessarily be anything wrong with them. It's just their timing in our life is over. And sometimes I love everything you said. Is such a confirmation to the spaces that I'm in. And I'm sure every woman and every person that watches this is going to get it. They're going to be able to say, yes, this is what I need, or it be a confirmation that I'm doing the right thing. Mm-hmm. So I can't believe this time has flown by like lickety split. I'm like, you just sat down and here we are almost at the end. I want to know what is coming up for TrevisMichelle. And before you leave, y'all, she got to hit us with the signature. Okay. We saving that for last. We gonna get that on the mic drop on the way out. But so for you, what should we look out for?
Well, I am so excited. I told you just have to start. And you already know now that I'm a perfectionist, but I'm letting go of that. So I have a journal that's just being completed, and I'm excited. It's going to be a mini blueprint. The WALK is Boss Up with Confidence. And you can go through, and it's a 30-day journal so that you can actually write down. I've seen so many journals, but they don't really give you much direction. They just want you to aimlessly write. I want you to be intentional. I want you to be able to have an A point and end up in B. and then start over, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. So that's going to be coming out. I also have a 4-week online course that I am going to launch just probably, I'm probably going to launch that in January for sure, because I'm going to tell you guys about it all in December. And it's 4 weeks, group coaching, and we'll go over the WALK. And in February, I will be launching my 12-week actual program where we delve in. And that's also a group program that you will be a part of. And you can really do some real work and see some actual, even more change. The others, you'll have small changes. You know, I want to hit people's price points. And some people may say, hey, you know what? I'm going to start out with the book, the journal, and then I'll go over to the online course, and then you go into the program. You can find me on Instagram at TrevisMichelle, on Facebook at TrevisMichelle, and also on Late Night with TrevisMichelle. That's where we talk about the ugly side of the backstory, and I have my guests come on, and they share gems with you to keep you motivated during the process of getting to the success, not just looking at the shiny object. I'm also hanging out at the Herpreneur Network over on Clubhouse, and you know, I'm all over these streets. I'm also speaking. I'm going to be at the boot camp for Herpreneur Network. And January, February, we're going to be on Times Square on a billboard. So look for me. I'm going to be in some other magazines. And, you know, I'm just excited about this venture and where my own life has changed and developed just because I said yes, just because I started, just because I'm doing it scared.
And just because that, we're empowered. And just because of that, we have confidence. It's been amazing to have you here. And just your light is one that shines, whether it's on Clubhouse, whether it's through the phone or on the stage. Definitely your light is shining bright and nothing but success. Okay, y'all, I've been promising. I've been telling you about this. Now, come on, hit them with the thing you do. I'm gonna put you on full screen. Hold on.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you so much, Renata, for having me on here. For those of you in the audience, just know that you're enough. Know that you deserve. Go out and kick it, but unapologetically. Do and be the best you. Hey, this is TrevisMichelle. You know what? I may be too much for some, and that's okay. I'm not enough for others. No, y'all just get on board. That's all right. Eventually you get it. But guess what? I'm always just right for me.
Now you heard that, okay? So I feel like you got a vitamin today to get you pepped up, okay, to get you going. We're so glad that you stopped by out of your busy session to be with us, and we appreciate it. And we'll see you in these streets because, you got to walk it out. I just got that acronym.
Absolutely.
Walk it out. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. There you have it. We had an amazing, I feel like a vitamin. I feel like maybe I don't need to take all my vitamins today with the one and only TrevisMichelle. We're going to have all her links, so you don't have to remember everything. We're going to have links in her post, and follow her and be a part of what she's doing. And definitely come back and visit us here at Spire, the home of entrepreneurs and motivator. I'm Renata Ray. You have an awesome day.